What's good? What's good? It's your boy Chris. Join in with my dog Cut for the
Yeah.
first episode. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna recap the season for BC in the Fantasy Football League. We've been doing this for a little minute, but it's time we go ahead and put this on the audio. Get in front of a microphone and make it happen. So we locked in. We about to break down the season for you guys. My boy Cut, how you feeling, Mr. Playoffs? Come
Hey,
on now, talk to him.
everybody asked me what I'm smoking, right? I'm smoking on them niggas who ain't made the playoff,
Come on now. Oh man, come on now. Hey,
But it feel
what's
good,
the first
man.
time?
It feel good, man. I,
Yeah,
I ain't
man.
trying to be too cocky. I'm trying to be humble. I'm trying to be humble.
I about to say, it's the first time since we've been
No,
doing the league.
no. It's about my second, third
I
time.
mean, I
My
maybe we should
third
have made the
time.
playoffs.
My
But
third or
Thursday,
fourth time. Yeah. I ain't make it last year. I
okay.
mean, I scored the highest point, didn't make it, but we ain't gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. I share my
Hey,
shit, though.
bro, I got you. But we're gonna get into it though. Regular season just wrapped up. Um, really, I ain't gonna lie to you, it was a very competitive season. I feel like, you know, the point gap really isn't too crazy when you look at the team that scored the most points. I believe is Mac.
Yeah,
He
16-35.
scored 1635,
Mm.
and then when you look at the team that's in finishing last place with Kobe 1436, no,
Yeah.
not too much of a difference. Not a crazy wide gap. So really competitive league this year. Coming in first place, the reigning champ. I say champ in quotation marks. Last
Asterisk.
season was a little
We gonna put
controversial.
an
You know what I'm
asterisk
saying?
right
Yeah,
there.
they throw an asterisk for show,
You
for
know what
show.
I'm
But
saying?
that's he the champ though. He the champ. He Gotti team's duties finishing 10-4. Um, ending the regular season with a loss. It's all good though. Still in first place. Looking at Gotti's team, he had he had he had the first pick of the draft, right?
He did.
I
That's
think Gotti
tough. That's tough.
he had the first pick of the draft and went with two reliable players, McCaffrey, first round pick, and then had Jalen Hurts,
Came back with Hurts.
and
Hit darts in the nuts with that one.
that's definitely, and that's actually paid off dividends for him this year. Those have been the
Big guy
two of
didn't
the
make a
driving
lot of
forces.
trades.
His roster been pretty static, I believe. Looking at the team, a lot of these guys he drafted. I remember him picking Gabe Davis, Olave, Keenan Allen, a few pickups. You got Pickens and Dotson. He's always had Elijah Mitchell because he has McCaffrey. But
Yeah.
his team, led by two powerhouses, Hurts and McCaffrey. That's it ain't a flashy way to draft, but it's definitely why overthink it, and it's definitely paid off for Gotti. Got him in first
Because
place,
you know what saved him though is Christian McCaffrey not getting hurt.
and Jalen Hurts playing through his injuries.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, his top dogs, man. Fantasy, something that we all I think can like attest to is fantasy is nothing but a war of attrition. Like
Yeah.
you just got to hope your players stay healthy.
And shit you can't control. That's what I say.
Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? You just got to hope you guys stay healthy. And this was a year where McCaffrey stayed healthy. Now, you talk to somebody who probably had McCaffrey about, 3, 4 seasons ago, and they would be really mad right now because he's had his share of injuries. But since he's been a 49er, McCaffrey stayed relatively healthy and he did
McCaffrey
his
been
thing
balling.
this year.
Will we say Gotti is a candidate for MVP this year? Coach of the year? Candidate?
Yeah, for sure. Anytime your team finished in first place in the
Dynasty?
regular season, and he had a target on his back, fresh off a championship. You know, I will definitely have him in the coach of the year running.
Yep. Move on to Matt.
Moving on, second place in the league, we have No Disco, 10-4, Ladarius Mack. His squad did his thing this season. Had a schedule that definitely blessed them. Um, anytime your points against is only 1308, it definitely had a solid schedule.
Mm.
But we can't take away what his team did on the field, though.
That
We
is
can
true.
say that, but there is a caveat to that too.
'Cause even if people would have scored on him, well, nobody would have beat him.
You wouldn't have beat him. He
What's
had a
up?
very great schedule, but also put up the
Okay.
most points in the league this season.
Yeah, that's true. He made some good trades. He got CJ Stroud, but Stroud hurt right now. Uh,
Yeah,
he
he's going
waited
back to
out.
old reliable.
Yeah,
Russell.
bro. He waited out on Taylor. He waited him out, and he waited out
Hmm.
on Kamara. Man, a lot of us laughed at him for that. You know what I mean? Especially me. I say that because I said Kamara was
Yeah,
Breeze base, and hey, Derek Carr just showed me that he another Drew Brees. You gonna dig and dunk that motherfucker. Okay,
right.
you
That's
always show
that's
me.
all he's gonna do. So we definitely got to give him credit on hitting with Tyreek Hill
Yeah,
and didn't over. You know what I'm saying? So when you hit on getting Tyreek Hill and then you draft well as well.
he came back. He went Tyreek and then came back with Amon Ra. Doubled up.
Amon Ra, right. Got Amon Ra, who's also having a great season, and he had enough firepower with those receivers, and then also he hit on Sam Laporta
Yes, he
and
did.
having Hawkinson, who's always who been steady.
Yes, he
You
did.
had those guys and at pass catchers, it allowed him to wait out getting
For a big
AK and Jonathan Taylor.
And then when they came back, because he had Brees, so when they came back, they stepped up.
Hmm.
So I like that. Good
For
job, man.
sure. And then when he made a move with you to get CJ Stroud,
Yeah, feel like those even trade
it
on both.
really that really, I'm not gonna say it saved the season, but it definitely cemented him as one of the top teams because it was gonna be it was looking like, dang, how's he gonna make it without Anthony Richardson? Richardson was starting to take off
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. I forgot about him.
before he had Anthony Richardson, and that would have, if you could imagine Anthony Richardson with the team he has now,
Yeah,
that'd be tough.
yeah.
So he's definitely made the moves to keep the boat not only afloat but going full throttle. So
Love it.
he's got a very good squad.
Let's go to Rico.
Third place. Third place. I love the game. Rico.
We ain't believe in him. We ain't believe in him. I'm gonna say that right now. We
He
ain't believe in him.
he made believers out of all of us.
On paper, your team
Rico
ain't
said, "I love the game," and his team ain't lying. He does love the game. He got a
okay.
crazy.
Cowboy
He's
Bill.
done very well this far. Yeah,
My boy
that
got
man got the Cowboys defense.
Dak Cooks.
Dak having an MVP season.
Yes, he is. Shout out to that, man. Shout out to that. With
Um,
State.
Diggs always consistent, and then he hit on Mike Evans, big pickup.
Yeah. A lot of
Mike
people,
Evans went later in the draft. Like I can't remember exactly, but I feel like he was like a seventh
even
round
Mac
pick.
didn't even Mac didn't get that boy. And Mac love him.
Mac can't even get him. I mean, you know how Mac feel about Mike Evans.
Hmm. Hey,
So
good job, Rico.
I also had Evan Ingram as well, and man,
Evan Ingram
quiet
turned
as
up
kept.
this
Evan
season.
Ingram been like a man. He's been crazy good. Guess what? Do you know where he is right now in the tight end rankings?
Mm-mm.
Tight end 5.
Damn. Damn, just in. Hold on, just in. NBA suspends Green for second time. Draymond out indefinite.
And definitely, yeah, I saw that coming.
Sorry,
I saw that coming,
oh bang.
man.
You should know he was lurking last night. Even though we
Hey, look,
three and
I've
zero
been
on y'all
said
in the
Draymond
season.
need to go.
3-0 on y'all in the season. We ain't gonna talk about it, but 3-0.
Yeah,
But
man, we ain't nothing to flex about. We ain't no good.
didn't even have
We are
KD.
terrible.
But we gonna
But
move
yeah,
on.
Rico, man,
Good
Rico
job.
definitely got a very solid squad.
Yeah, yeah. Me.
Um, looking at your squad, speaking of receivers, man,
Yeah, I was a sneak.
We got
Sneak
we
too.
got Cut Team, Alphabet Boys. Little rocky start to the season, but
Oh.
once you were able to get everybody healthy, things took off from that point.
I think I want to put my name in the bowl for coach of the year. 'Cause I lost JJ, my number one pick, and I went on a win streak. Yeah, a lot of people
I
can't do that.
feel you. I feel you. And I can say that as well. Picking up James Cook, I feel like it's been an underrated move because James Cook he's been solid all
Uh,
season, but like he's really turning it up lately though.
that was an even trade for me and Mac. Felt like so.
That was the CJ Stroud trade.
Yep, yep. I got James.
And then you've also so you hit on Jameer Gibbs. He got a period of time where he was getting all the work because Montgomery was injured. So that was big for you.
Yeah, I'm glad Mont got hurt for a couple of weeks, man, because that
And
made
then
me leaving him.
right, right. And so it's also kind of carried on late into the season now because this last game he got most of work.
Yeah, Mont starting to slow down. I see.
hmm Then you hit on DJ Moore. That's been a huge pick. Then picking up CD Lamb when it was looking questionable, like how your running back depth would work
Was
out. Um,
was I was
but um, but CD's been the best receiver in fantasy of like.
he
I mean, he's
had
right now he's fan too.
yeah. Hopefully JJ come back right and picking up on Sutton. Picking up on Sutton really was a sleeper, a great pick for me, man.
He was. I let him go because
So you
it
had
was looking like the Broncos like they were about to blow everything up. Like they was
mm,
getting about to trade Judy and stuff, but they don't figure things out. And Sutton he's been really good. Wide receiver 20
a touchdown
and
machine.
half. Yeah, he how many TDs he got this season? Probably
10.
got close to what, 8?
He got
He
10.
got 10?
10, bro. Look,
Man.
he don't even get a lot of
Oh
targets.
yes, sir.
Dang.
He don't not he don't, but anytime the Broncos in the red zone,
It's him.
you already know. Yeah, you already know that Russ gonna be looking for him. So he's been huge. So and then you also had Waddle. So the and you had Tank Dell.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Man,
That was
that
an
hurt
elite
me,
pickup.
man.
That was an elite pickup. Tank Dell's putting up you had about 3 wide receiver 1s. You know what I'm saying? When you look at CD, DJ, and the way Tank was playing.
I did, bro. I had too many damn receivers. I was trying to get off him, but when nobody give me a good trade, I could have got Laporta from Mac, but I didn't really want to trade Tank Dell for
So that's
that's
been
me.
big for you. Definitely got a squad that looks primed to make some noise in the playoffs. And then we got in fourth.
Fifth.
No, I mean yeah, fifth. We got in fifth place, looking at to infinity and Bijan Santonio.
On the old.
Got him a solid squad too. You know, Bijan he's had his ups and downs this season,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like for the most part he's been a solid pick. It isn't like one of them draft picks in the first round that kind of ruins your season. I feel like Bijan has definitely been doing his thing for Tonio.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
And
ETN.
then Travis Etienne too. He was a touchdown machine, especially to start the season.
Mm-hmm. Um, Debo been turning up for Tonio.
Yes, Debo's been he's caught fire.
At
Debo is
32
he's
last.
the last like 3 weeks he's been on a run, looking like the Debo who finishes like wide receiver 2 in
He need to slow his
fantasy.
ass down this week. This week. Throw that bitch.
Oh man,
Throw
we're
that
gonna
bitch.
see. It's
Yeah.
gonna be tough. The 49ers take on the Cardinals.
No,
You know how
Cardinals
that can get.
suck. Yeah, I know. Suck.
um, that's been the thing for Tonio though. He's had like some players that when they were hot, they were tough. Raheem Mostert.
Man.
That's been running back pick of the year. He's running back number 2 right now.
At one point, Tonyo was looking bad. Like team was losing, then he turned it around, turned it back around. So
Yeah,
man.
he had wide receiver picks with Terry McLaurin. He's had a down year this year.
Debo was hurt.
Tyler Lockett,
Cup was hurt.
Cup was hurt. Tyler Lockett had a down year. So he was really riding his running backs this season. Pause. But that's what got him to this point.
Myers had turned up for a second, but Jimmy G got hurt.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Myers was the one. He was the one putting up Adams numbers. The way Jimmy G was targeting him.
He was Adams. Like Jimmy G was like, "Fuck that." Myers down there somewhere.
so, so yeah, Tonio had a good season at 8-6, and then the
Yep.
last man to sneak into the playoffs. He made Dart change the locks. Coming in the sixth spot, Dart went 7-7 this year. Picked up a player he says that he doesn't like. But
Who?
he's QB1 for the season. Josh Allen.
Oh yeah. Look, with his
Yeah, you
tight.
can say you don't like him, but he's been doing his thing for your squad. But Dart Dart has a team that you can see why it's been like a 700 season. Like you've had some highs and you had some lows.
He made some good trades, bro. Some good finesses. He finessed Hill, Garrett Wilson. Yes, he did.
And picking up Rashad White was big for him because he's an RB5 right now, and he might not be the best looking player on the field with his skills, but he gets a lot of work.
He started
So
off the
he's
season
definitely been.
slow. He started the Rashad White started the season slow, then he turned up.
He's really been giving him what he thought he would get out of drafting Austin Eckler.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like.
Eckler's had a down year.
So, are we saying that Dart took two of Hill key players?
Oh yeah, he definitely swindled him, but I mean that ain't nothing new.
All right.
That ain't nothing new.
Stevenson
Let's
being
see.
hurt
And
might
he's
hurt
got.
him.
You said what?
Stevenson being hurt to come back off the injury might hurt him a little bit.
Yeah. Then you also got Hollywood, who hasn't been providing anything because his heel injury. Godwin, he ain't been good because all the work is going to Mike Evans.
I
But
didn't trust any Buccaneers receiver, so with Baker. Salute
yeah, but
Mike Evans.
history says I saw something that said Baker likes going throwing the ball deep downfield, so it really makes sense why he's been balling with Evans because that's what Evans is. He ain't no route runner.
No, shout out to him though.
Um, Shout out, oh yeah, for sure. Shout out to Evans because what's his like 11 straight years with 1,000 yards.
Something like that, 10 or 11. Yeah.
10, it might be 10. My
Still ain't
goodness,
better
like
than Hopkins, but shout out to
that's
him.
yeah, that's an accomplishment. Um, but Dar has JSN, maybe that a young rookie receiver that he might can get what I'm saying go crazy this week taking on Philly. So that's somebody to look at that can be if he's gonna make a run. I think it's gonna be because of guys like Pittman, Wilson, and JSN, what I'm saying, the wide receivers kind of stepping up and taking it to another level.
It's too many mouths to feed over there in Seattle for Geno. Geno ain't that type of quarterback to feed all them mouths.
Yeah. So we'll see how that plays out. Then out the playoffs, Ben won. Hill Smith squad 7-7. And
Started off
it
hot.
started off hot. Points for pretty low, but what I'm saying, yeah, he was beating people on the weeks they had their bad weeks. So I mean, hey, that's how you hang in there, even when you ain't really putting up too many points. If you can catch people in the right week, and anything can happen in
Win
fantasy.
is a win.
A win is a win. Looking at his squad, Jared Goff, Zeke been cooking as of late. Zeke did his thing last week with Stevenson out.
Yeah, he
Uh,
did. He did.
AJ, you got AJ Brown. We already know what AJ, what I'm saying, what he comes to do, especially the way the Eagles been throwing the ball this year. It's like AJ Brown, he had that stretch where he was going what
Nuts.
bananas every week, had over 125 yards.
He coming back down to life a little bit now lately. but he went nuts. Him and CD was like 1 and 2, like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. No, AJ was holding down the fort for Hill's team. And looking at the receivers now, Noah Brown got a chance to step up with Tank out. Curtis Samuel been the only dude. Sam Howell I want to throw the football to.
Let me ask you a
Uh,
question though. Do you think him drafting Justin Fields was a good or bad move now after the season and drafting him where he did?
so there, Justin Fields right now, he's actually playing. He's playing okay. I don't really think it was that bad of a move,
Third
depending on how he
round,
goes.
he needed him to be healthy
Depend.
the whole season and ball.
He did. He did, and I'm curious to see how he finishes the season because I think there's a world where he might help people win some championships because he got some solid matchups. And the way he's been running the football lately, you know what I'm saying? I think Justin Fields, I don't know how the Bears going to do, but Justin Fields should have some good fantasy numbers.
Yep.
So,
Get
but yeah,
back.
that move for sure. And what else? Picking like James Conner. I mean, he's been a disappointment.
We're doing a little something at first. He's trying to. But
So yeah, but Cole Kmet has been a solid player at tight end. He even put up, what I'm saying, okay numbers when Justin Fields was out. He tight end 6 for the season. So
we
then
got
you got coming
mhm.
in 8, get back gang. You know what I'm saying, led by Mod. His squad had try to walk some teams down and try to sneak their way into playoffs, but ended up falling short. But been an up and down season for my squad.
Yeah, it's tough being. I know the feeling of being 7-7 and not making the playoffs. It's tough, but it's like damn, I fought, but one
Right.
more win. Like you just think in your head, like damn, one win. But
Mm. Right, right. Just right there.
you just
Seven
too
and
focused on
seven.
the Ravens, man. I feel like, man, I know
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
a fan, but damn, every year you getting
yeah.
lost, man. I mean,
Got
something gotta give.
picked up Lamar, picked up Zay Flowers. And he's had an up and down rookie season. Like, you know what I'm saying? We've seen some games where he thought Zay was about to really take it to another level. Then he's had games where he really ain't been that involved. So up and down season for Zay Flowers. Um,
That Kenneth Walker
definitely did well.
injury hurt him.
That K Walker Mitchell, I mean K Walker, his injury, that was tough on him, and especially when you counter that with how Aaron Jones been injured too.
I was just gonna say that him and Aaron Jones hasn't panned out this year.
Yeah, yeah, Aaron Jones, man, just it was he ain't the only Green Bay Packer that was injured to mess up somebody's team, but we're
The
gonna get to that
biggest
later.
sale of him this year is Devontae Adams, though. That's the biggest fantasy sale for him, man.
And I think everybody was a little wary on Adams, but
But Jimmy G.
it didn't help. It Jimmy G, and honestly, then too now you're dealing with the backup. That hasn't been that well for him, and the coach gets fired. It's just been a lot going on
Yeah,
out there with
forgot
the
about
Raiders.
that. Yeah, that's ugly.
um, and then he traded for Puka, but did he give up a running back for Puka? How I'm trying to remember that trade,
I forgot how he got Puka. Puka wasn't a bad
but I
pickup,
know.
but it's not what he needed.
Yeah, yeah, Puka's been solid, but I think whoever got Puka to start the season, that's who really saw the
Benefited.
rewards of Puka.
Mm-hmm.
hmm 9 spot, 6 and 8 this season. Bishop Sycamore,
Tough,
led by Marlon.
tough.
Um,
Saquon, nice
you
pickup.
can looking at the squad, like it ain't that he has a bad team, but it's just I think when you get to this part of looking at squads and how everybody performed, it's just a matter of injuries and inconsistency.
I don't like the Drake London.
Um, yeah, Drake London was picked high, but I can see why he was picked where he was. It's really like you saw how he played Sunday.
He a dog. He that
We
nigga
had
now.
like a yeah,
It
he him.
ain't him.
He
It
just his
ain't him.
quarterback ain't.
Yeah, it ain't him. Let's all Drake London people. It ain't him. It's Desmond Riddle. That's who it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like we get Drake London some help. He gonna be a in the future. I'm looking at him being like a top wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? Someone that could break out like Nico Collins did this year.
His team just ain't got the firepower because if you have to start AJ Dillon, your team ain't got the firepower. This simple. Listen to me.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Saquon's been injured all season, and he's finally playing better. Tony Pollard's had an okay year, but I really think
Mm.
he's been a disappointment.
He has. He
I
has.
know he's running back 10, but like the way he was drafted, you would have thought he was going to be a top five running back.
Mhm. Mark Andrews getting
Um,
set him back too.
Definitely, Jamar Chase has had an up and down season with Joe Burrow being injured and how the Bengals started
Yeah.
off the year.
Yeah.
Um,
He don't have a tight
Miles
end.
Sanders, he's been benched and replaced by Chuba Hubbard. So some hits and misses, and I mean that's why we
Hey,
6-8.
one thing I'll say, I listened to BC when y'all told me Miles Sanders wasn't him. That's why I didn't draft him this year. Y'all say he was only him because he was behind that Eagles line, which is proven facts.
That is facts. Because I mean, look at DeAndre Swift. He been revitalized
But
since
he was
going
good.
over there to Philly.
He was good in the lines. He
He
just
was good. He Yeah, he just stay hurt, but you know what I'm saying. When you getting 5 yards down the field before you get tackled, now that's why he healthy.
you know.
Um, then looking at my squad above the law, 5-9, we just
Tough.
this. I'm telling you, injuries. The injuries really did me in this year. And like I said, inconsistency. So Montgomery looking like a top back
He
when he's
was.
on the field. You know what I'm saying? He put up numbers getting like 2 TDs a game. You know what I'm saying? Had some
He
big time games before Jameer Gibbs got worked in for real. Uh, but then he gets injured, and that opened up the way for Gibbs to really show his talents. And he ain't been getting the same work since then.
this your biggest sell right here.
I would say I was thinking Watson. I was thinking Christian Watson was my biggest sell because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I drafted him pretty high. So him, Watson, and Ridley, but I ain't even mad at Ridley though because whenever Zay Jones played, like Ridley be getting good numbers. But the way they was using him when they didn't have Zay Jones because his knee was hurt, he would sell, and that's why I picked up on watching them. But I would definitely say Watson because he was another one of my top higher picks, and he didn't. I don't think. I bet you anybody who drafted Watson this year, they probably didn't have a good record.
That's tough because he unless you draft the Ross and lower, you probably do. But you drafted him to be
He,
a good
it,
receiver too. No.
yeah, yeah. Like I drafted him to be one of my top receivers, and then looking also, I had Addison. Kirk Cousins gets hurt. That jacked him up.
I mean, he
Um,
started coming on. He had the big ass game to beat me. When we played, he had the big ass game to beat me with dogs, wasn't that?
that was with Kirk Cousins.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
It was with Kirk. Yeah, it was before Dobbs. And then Achan, I made a trading CD to get Achan and also Isaiah Pacheco from you, and it was
Mhm.
working out for me well. But then Achan got hurt and missed like what 5 weeks
About 6 weeks.
because
About week.
yeah. So that's been tough for me too because my team put up points. The highs were high, but when people getting injured, the lows were low too.
The
So like I
7 weeks
said,
because he came back and got injured again.
yeah. So the two eyes, injuries and inconsistency, that's to tell the story when you get to the teams at this point. Then 11th, you got the 12th man, Thailand, his squad 4-10. Ooh, boy, they lost 6 straight at the end of the season. Tough,
He started
tough.
off hot, man. He started off hot. Tyler was talking his shit. A little
He
message.
was feeling good. That Zach Moss pickup was pickup of the year the first 4 or 5 weeks.
I said he got the stupidest trade of the year though.
What trade did he make?
Yeah, Tony Pollard for Deontay Foreman.
Oh, that boy Marlon finesse. Hey,
Foreman
Marlon,
ain't
boy, you
did.
live in Atlanta? You out here scamming like that?
Foreman ain't did shit since. But Hopkins started to turn
Ooh.
up for him, man.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Hopkins, actually he tried to get his finesse back with the Hopkins move because Hopkins just went bananas. That boy wide receiver 16 so
Yeah,
far.
you gonna get it
So
down.
that was a good move. But yeah, he just a tough year looking at the squad. I mean, Zach Moss and what we got Williams, Javante Williams as your RB2. I
Michael
mean, it
Thomas,
ain't been the best year for Javante.
Ty Chandler.
Yeah, I mean, on the bench, DJ Chark, Greg Dortch,
Ah,
you know,
we're gonna move
starting
on.
CEH this week.
Slam him out.
Yeah. Slime them out, got slimed out. Finishing 4-10 this year. 12th place for Kobe. Has some got some good players. It's just like injuries and some bad management some games.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I say that, and should have made some trades, man. Just be honest, man. You gotta be an active. I mean, like, what are you doing? Like, you gotta make some
Yeah,
trades, bro. Yeah,
definitely be active. Had two, I want to say three very good quarterbacks on his roster at one time. You got Mahomes. He originally had Anthony Richardson.
and the only reason he really got a lot of these players because he was so ass, so he was number one in the waiver wire.
Yeah, he had a top way.
You
Why?
feel me? So it's like you got the first pick. That's how you got Kyron Williams. Um,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Jerome Ford.
Yeah, Josh Palmer, like he had the first pick. Shit.
Yeah.
You gotta make some moves.
Um, yeah, had a couple of wide receiver twos that had some down stats to start the season. Looking at T. Higgins and
Higgins ain't did.
Devonta Smith.
T. Higgins ain't did nothing. All
Yeah,
right.
man.
We introduced all the teams.
So that's all the teams. So let's go ahead and just look at the matchups real quick.
All right.
Um,
Playoff
let's
matchup.
see. Look at the playoff matchups.
We'll start off
See
with the
how we
loser
think things
bracket.
will go down. Yeah, we can start with the loser bracket just to get that out the way. Um,
We got Ben one in the bye week. And
Ben won in the bye week, and Mod big get back game in the bye week. Then you got me taking on Thailand this week.
so let me ask you
Uh,
this. Are you serious about this?
mhm. Yeah, I'm gonna start my players.
Okay, okay, okay.
I'm gonna start my players. I ain't just say it's over with. I ain't finna care about it. I'm gonna start my players. So I'm gonna try to get the dub. I think even though I'm battling injuries, my squad should have enough in the tank if we play well to get the dub. So that's how I'm looking at that matchup.
You projected to
Um,
lose.
I
That's
know what they say. I know what they say, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get my lineup right though. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and get
so this ain't
everything
your final
set like I
lineup right
told
here.
you. Hmm?
It's not your final lineup right here.
Yeah, I got it right there. I got everything updated. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna play Trey McBride this week.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was a good question I was gonna ask you, man, because McBride playing San Fran, their defense is your team. So you gonna
For
roll.
sure. I just know Kyler ain't been throwing to nobody but Trey, and somebody got to catch the football. So I'm
So
gonna start. I'm
you
gonna go ahead and start him.
you taking Kelsey
Hmm?
you taking Kelsey out this week.
Oh no, I'm gonna go the Mac route, the double tight ends.
Okay, okay, okay. And you gotta face some Murray, Moss. I don't expect Murray to do anything too much. Hopkins might
Yeah,
about 50-50.
Hopkins might for sure.
Yeah. Metcalf,
So.
he might turn the Eagles up, but the Eagles might be mad that it's lost. But we'll see.
We're
But
gonna see. That's the one I'm really keeping an eye on because Metcalf, the way the Eagles secondary is, he could have an elite game, but I'm hoping it's JSN or something. But we'll see.
I got shot about. I got you winning though.
I think I should. Yeah, I think I can pull it off too. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Especially with the way his team is kind of on the slides. So hopefully we can go ahead and keep that going. And then we got Bishop Sycamore taking on Slam out in the other consolation game.
I don't know.
Kobe team be putting up numbers. This could go both ways. You know
Tough
what I'm saying? Either
matchup.
way.
Tough matchup.
Definitely a solid game, solid matchup. Curious to see how Jamar Chase is coming off the injury.
It's gonna come down to AJ Dillon and Tyler Conklin. If them two players can have a good game for Marlon, he gonna win.
Yeah, I got faith that I think Conklin can have a good game because he's been playing solid with Zach
What's a good
Wilson
game
back.
for you though? What's a good game for Conklin for you?
For a tight end, like
For
three
Conklin.
catches for 40 yards and a touchdown. You know, as long as you get a touchdown, then you good with a tight end. Like your tight end can get you like 6, 7 points.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna
I think Kobe
say.
gonna pull this out, bro. I'm looking at this Jonathan Ford matchup against Chicago defense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking it.
Yeah, Ford. Yeah, Ford against Chicago.
I'm
And
not liking the
Kyron.
Cleveland matchup though.
Kyron went off against the Ravens, so I mean, I feel confident that he can give you a big game too.
And he got this 49ers defense. I'm confident y'all gonna produce at least 2 turnovers.
Yeah, yeah, we should, or he'll get a couple sacks. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think Kobe probably gonna pull it off
It's
too.
kind of scare me though. Mahomes, against my team in New England, you know what we do. Mahomes, I ain't saying the Chiefs not gonna they gonna win, but it's not gonna be like Mahomes 3-4 touchdown
He
game.
might disappoint. I wouldn't be surprised if people looking to not start Mahomes this week.
Yeah, we know about
I
Belichick.
wouldn't be shocked.
All right,
Uh,
let's move on to the real playoff.
yeah, to the playoffs, the winners bracket. Team Zooties bye week. Mac know the score with the bye week, but the number 3 versus the number 6 matchup. Rico taking on Dart.
Rico been talking his
How
shit.
we think? He been talking big boy noise. He been talking that noise. Like he know he finna play Mac next.
They got fantasy
He
has
been
Dart
talking.
projected to win.
You said what?
Fantasy has Dart projected to win.
Looking at how things are shaped up right now. Currently, Dart's projected to win as the 6th seed. Couple matchups that kind of pop out to me is that I think the defenses could possibly be what decides this matchup. Cut. What you think when you look at the Cowboys taking on the Bills? That's a game that should be high scoring, and then the Chiefs against the Patriots. And you know how terrible, you a Patriots fan. You know how bad y'all offense been.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man.
So the way the Cowboys been putting up numbers this year, it could be a week where the Chiefs put up Cowboys defense numbers.
Yeah, this gonna be a good game, man. I'm looking at it because everybody really the only favorable matchup Dart has is Eckler against Vegas defense, and that's if Eckler gonna do.
And Eckler ain't been good. Like you don't even know if he's going to play well against their defense because it don't matter who they played. Eckler's been disappointing.
That's the only favorable matchup. Because Deontay Johnson don't got a quarterback. Um, I'm looking at Rico team. Only favorable matchup he really has is maybe Derrick Henry against Houston, and Derrick Henry ain't been he iffy, you know.
I think I think Pittman can put up big numbers this week against
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Hmm.
I say if they get enough opportunities to him to Pittman. Yeah. But Steelers have a
That's they right. And they've been exposed by some teams on the perimeter, by some receivers. So that's why I say that. And
I
then you
like
look at
Jaden
Rico
Reed.
too, Jaden Reed and Njoku.
Yeah, I like that matchup
And
against.
Joku been playing well too.
Mm-hmm.
So this is gonna be an interesting matchup.
Who you got?
He's going to double tight end route because he's starting Evan Ingram too.
Who you got?
Looking at the squads, um, hmm, I'm gonna go Dart. Like I said, I think it's gonna be close, but I think the Chiefs defense might put up wide receiver numbers this week.
I'm going Rico. I'm going Rico.
Okay.
I got to because not hating on Dart and then our little competition we got, but it's more so just I'm
hmm
liking Rico's matchups. But we'll see. It's
I
gonna be
like
a tough
Rico's
game.
matchups too. Yeah, it's gonna be a good game for sure. Yeah, it's gonna be a good matchup. Good matchup. And moving on to the other half of the playoffs, this winner of this matchup takes on Gotti's team. Cut going up against Tonio. Two squads that can put up a lot of points. Could be a high scoring matchup.
And if that nigga Tony will be scoring them points, boy.
He be scoring them, bro.
Damn.
He be scoring them. You looking at the players. I mean, the weeks Debo's been having. Um, Bijan has some good weeks. You know, Cup doesn't look like he figuring it out again.
And I just feel like he has a lot of easy, favorable matchups compared to me. Because let's look at his team. ETN not a favorable matchup against Baltimore defense. It's not. But Stafford is against Washington defense. B Rob,
and well, and in ETN's case, he could still have a good game because,
he
like I just said,
could. He could.
Kyron Williams just had a good game against Baltimore's defense, so they're not unbeatable.
No, you're not. Then B Rob, that's a good matchup against Carolina defense. Cup,
Oh, amazing matchup, the best matchup.
man, Cup, great matchup against Washington. Debo, easy matchup against Arizona. Me and you can score in Arizona.
Right, right. Mostert going up against the Jets.
That's a tough matchup. I'm good. That's what I'm happy about. That's what I'm happy about.
But
Iden,
the Jets ain't good enough to keep up with Miami, so some gonna shake eventually.
I know he gonna eventually goddamn get in there. He gonna eventually get in there.
He should at least get a TD. It's just a matter of how many.
Man, hopefully just they router the shit out to it.
Either
But
that or like maybe it's an A-Chan week. You know what I'm saying? That's
man,
what your hope got to be.
Lockett against
Um,
terrible ass defense, like passing defense. They gonna tear their ass up. Then the Saints
yeah,
defense against the Giants. Like he got a good ass matchups all around, bro.
you got some solid matchups. Then you know what I'm saying you taking on you got your players going up against James Cook, Dallas defense.
Tough.
That's tough. That's tough.
Gibbs against
But
Denver defense been playing.
I think he can still have a good game though,
Oh
because
yeah.
they defense is tough, especially with the pass rush. But I think there's a chance you could run a little bit on
If they can get the ball out quick to Cook, then we in.
them.
But
Then you got Gibbs taking on Denver, another tough defense, stingy defense.
and they've been balling. But they number 32 against the run, so might have some upside. We'll see.
DJ Moore going up against
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Oh my
They
god.
secondary be strapping up.
Boy, yes, they do. What is it? Bro. That's
They
the
defense be strapping up.
then Lamb against
So
Buffalo.
yeah, that should be. Well, CD should still do him. Kyle Pitts could go off against Carolina.
50-50. My boy been balling for me
Uh,
though. That's our boy. We're gonna rock with my boy. You know what I'm
oh
saying?
yeah, for sure, for sure. Then Jetta's
He
taking on Cincinnati.
let me tell
I
you
think
about the
that's a
boy.
solid matchup
Nick Mullen's gonna get him that ball. He's not
for
that bad.
sure. You I know he was a quarterback at the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
So
He know how to
he
force.
definitely gonna target Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
I
Son,
can see him having a big game. Sudden against Detroit, yeah. And Detroit forces you to pass the football. So Sutton could have a good game just off of force. Like, you know what I'm saying, off of volume. He might be getting a lot of catches.
Vikings defense been snapping lately.
Definitely. Yeah. Their defense is tough.
So
They've actually like really figured things out. That was their weak point last year. That's been what's keeping them in games lately.
I'm gonna rock with this squad, man. I don't
Yeah,
know. I might
it's gonna
see
be
squad a
another
little
great
better.
matchup, man. It's gonna be another great matchup. I can see. I think I trust your receivers to come through. It's. I wonder who receiver gonna snap harder. Like, is it gonna be Debo? Like, look at the receivers in this matchup. Debo, Cup. He's known for what I'm saying having crazy games. Even though things a little different now, Puka there, but it could still be a Cup game because they take on Washington. And, they secondary terrible too. Um, and you got Lockett on his side, and you got Sutton, CD, Jettas, and DJ. I think your squad should come through. You got a lot of talented players. I think your squad should come through.
That's what I think too, man. I'm banking on myself. We're gonna see, but that's our
So then that's it right there. So we'll see. You the winner of this one. You or Tonio would take on Gotti. Then the
yeah.
winner of Dart and Rico take on Mac. Should be a good weekend. We got Thursday night football coming up. Football on Saturday. Got games on Saturday, and we got games on Sunday. So everybody got to get their lineup straight.
Yes, sir. Start recording here. Appreciate y'all, man. Tuning in, man. Shout out to my boy Bang, man. Appreciate him tuning in, doing this with your boy, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Peace out.